Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I'm now going to talk about Valorant Patch Notes 9.08, and we have quite a few changes. There's been now a new deathmatch map by the name of Glitch. Sunset map has also been changed as well, including some agent updates mainly on Gekko and Yoru. So now let's have a look now at the patch notes, and first off with Gekko. So he has gotten some interesting changes around his abilities. First up, it is his glow bells, which is basically the molly. The reduced time in world is now down from 20 to 15 seconds, while the reclaim time has increased from a second to 1.5 seconds. What this means is I think this basically means of like how long the molly will stay. I'm pretty sure. While the reclaim time, obviously that's when you have to reclaim the little molly. Dizzy time active after being thrown and forming is reduced from 1.5 to now 1 second. Dizzy's targeting algorithm has been updated to be more reliable, and Dizzy's group flash now also blinds the minimap of affected players. I'm not too sure why this wasn't a thing beforehand. I think because I guess this is also a very strange blind where it only covers part of the screen, so it's not like a breach flash or a sky flash or an omen flash where you just can't see a thing. The Gekko flash, you can still kind of see some parts of your screen. So that's still pretty good. I mean, to be fair, I'm glad that it made this change because at least it's more in line with all the other flashes, I'm pretty sure, in this game. The target algorithm, it's just a quality of life change, really. And the time active after being thrown in 4 minutes reduced from 1.5 to now 1 second. I guess means it'll be a little bit harder now to avoid it. To avoid the flash. Wingman increased the angle of the cone concuss area from 45 degrees to now a massive 65 degrees, a 20-degree increase. Okay. When Wingman turns into a global after planting a spike, there are unique visuals, so I guess you'll know if Wingman planted the spike. As for this is a pretty big change. I saw as well in the video featured from the Korean Valorant channel. It's a pretty big change, and apparently as well, I think it's something like it has like a bigger concuss area than Breach's old or something. I might be wrong. I think I easily am wrong or something. It was like the fault line. That's maybe what he's talking about, but either way, I mean, that's still a pretty big change. And just a little nerf as well to Thrash. The ultimate points has been increased from 7 to 8. So there has been a couple buffs and nerfs, I'll be honest, to Gekko. Next up is Yoru, and it's mainly his fake out clone. Blind abilities like Gekko's Dizzy and Vike's Arc Rose will now display the blind effect on Yoru's fake out clone as if he was a real agent. Vike's will play her successful blind celebration lines when blinding Yoru's fake out clone. Cypher's Neural Theft will show Yoru's fake out clone, and Clove's Metal will now show the decay effect on Yoru's fake out clone. So I guess Valorant are just making the fake out clone more of a real player than just just a clone. It's been more difficult now to say like which one is real, which one is not, but obviously game sense is obviously a thing, so I'm not too sure how to think about these changes. Sky and Jet, both Jet's Tailwind and Sky's Trailblazer, will no longer stop at the window in a sense. Instead, they will bust through it and continue the movement onto the other side. I quite like this change. I'll be honest, very happy about that. As for the cosmetic updates, they've updated several scope reticles to make them more clean and less distracting. The list of them includes the Araxos Operator, Valiant Hero Operator, Reaver Operator, and the Gothic Marshal. So if you have any of those skins equipped on the Operator and Marshal, then hopefully it will be less distracting for you. For the new Team Deathmatch map, we have Glitch. This will be the 5th Team Deathmatch map and takes out in a glitched out max spot area. You can kind of see from just this photo, it kind of looks like a mix of maybe Breeze and Icebox with all the snow. You can maybe see a bit of Haven as well. Yeah, it's basically, it looks like just a glorified all of the Valorant maps combined into one. But yes, I'm not too sure. I don't really play Team Deathmatch, so I can't really tell you. The map glitch will also be playable via the Team Deathmatch game mode, so that'll be easy. So that'll be out immediately when this patch comes out, which I'm pretty sure is right now. pretty sure today. Map rotations now. Pearl and Split are now in the competitive queue, while Icebox and Lotus are out. I'm glad that Icebox is out. Lotus, I mean, Lotus was a pretty good game. Is a pretty good map to watch. It's sick that Split is back. I love Split, so I'm really excited to see that. Pearl, I mean, apparently they made some changes to it. Maybe they did. I don't know, but I mean, all I know is a lot of EU teams are not gonna be happy with that change. Now moving now to Sunset. This map has gotten quite a few changes, mainly at B. They've updated B side to address some defensibility, post-planning, and provide more ways to play on side. The B main pivot box was adding a ton of pressure during post-plan, so we've opted to simplify the cover here. You can still play B main during post-plan, but it should now be easier to manage for retakers. A particular cipher chip is also being removed as well with these changes. So this is what it was before with the little box here. Now this what looks like after. So that box is now gone. So now we have this little crate here, which I'm pretty sure you can maybe go on top of, and there's little, I don't know what that is, a little ticket booth it looks like, which has been fenced off. It looks like you can shoot through that, so people hiding behind there can be shot at through the wall. So that's something maybe to note on that. But it's good. I mean, it does take less cover now, so defend, or sorry, for attackers now. They don't have to go over here to try and get someone who's potentially behind this little box here. Now it's going to be a bit more open now. It could be pretty easy for, I guess, the defenders to attack the site. That's whatever. B main exterior has also been changed as well. This will look like previously with a pretty big entryway. Now this is what it looks like now. So it's been narrowed up a bit. There, that little box as well, this little crate thing has also been removed as well. That is what they're talking about the cipher trap that a lot of people use. That's now gone. So yeah, that's gone now. So I mean, you can still use the cipher trip wire here. It just won't be as impactful as it was previously. So that's at least pretty good. But either way, I mean, they shrunk this down a bit, and yeah, so it looks like you can't actually stand on this little box here. So you actually have to either maybe get a jump boost or maybe use a vertical movement to get up there, including maybe like this place here, which I think Omens and Jets might be up there in my opinion, but I was really not too sure. I need to see how it goes actually in game. This is now this is what B side looked like, and this is now what it looks like now, and it's very different, we'll say. I can feel like this part is pretty similar to what we see on Fracture, for example, and like behind and I think I'd like at the back with this little dip here. That's what kind of reminds me of. You can still go up to this level here, but you really have to go up there, I'll be honest. And you can't as well, I mean, and plus the defenders who are coming from Boba can't actually see you now because of this little wall here, so that's pretty unlucky there either way. And they've also actually updated as well. I just realized this little metal crate, it looks like, is now for a square crate. I'm not too sure if it's going to be stacked, but we're going to see right now. This is what it was previously, and this is now what it is now. So there's no stack. So it looks like that you will have to use vertical movement to get up there. And for this little area here, which has also been changed originally, which is going down the stairs here, now part of it's going down the stairs, while part of it is staying up in the same elevation with this little box here, which I'm guessing you can maybe see from the side onto B main. MOBA has also been changed as well with this little two-step hop to this ground here. This now will look like now. So they're basically taking it away from defenders, it looks like, just to be a bit more, I guess, a bit more difficult for the defenders to enter a site when they attack that planted a spike, I'm guessing. But I mean, you can still use, I mean, definitely this part to your advantage. But I guess I'm not too sure how to think about that change, I'll be honest. Mid courtyard has also been changed as well with this little pedestal, looks like. Basically going up in height a bit, including as well with this little pot tree thing right here. That is now just a corner, so you can theoretically hide behind this, but I'm not too sure if I would recommend this. So this was maybe like a I don't know, like a 50-50, I guess we'll say. But if this can actually eliminate 50-50 because it was just so it was so out there. Now this is a bit of 50-50 where where you can now hide behind this little corner here, and you can shoot through this little box, I'm guessing. One thing before we do move on to the next part of the patch notes, this is now what B site looks like as a spike. I'll say this, it now reduces the chances of spamming from B main, but at the same time, then there's, was a cafe, I believe. This part right here can easily be spammed, and look at this weird ass shape that they have as well. I'm guessing, in my opinion, this might be just default. You could even try as well being a bit aggressive, maybe planting this little corner here, in my opinion, or maybe around here, but I would say that either this point or this point will be default, in my opinion. You could be a bit adventurous, maybe go behind here, but you need to be in a very certain position to take that. I'm not too sure where else you could go. You can maybe go here as well for cover, but at the same time, it will, like, people from B main won't be able to see it, so they will be able to defend it. It's weird. I don't know how to feel about this site change, but it's a bit strange to me. And as well, another one as well for Abyss, the spike would now spawn correctly at B danger if it falls off the map. For my PC players, Premiere updates, welcome to Stage Episode 9 Act 3. At the end of the stage, the top 16 teams in Invite will remain in Invite, or the Invite teams will be demoted at the start of the next stage. These rules are listed on the Standings tab. Demoted teams will seed into the zone they originally promoted from. Next stage, team owners can change their zone in the team settings drop down anytime before the team plays a match. If your team cannot be placed into a zone at the start of the next stage, your team owner will be promoted to select a to select a zone, not promoted, prompted to select a zone. Divisions other than Invite will not have demotion. The teams and teams will still be promoted or be seeded into a division as normal at the start of next stage. And for the contender eligibility updates, if you have 5 contender eligible players on your team, you are guaranteed to place in contender division. Contender eligibility for 2024 expires at the end of Stage Episode 9 Act 3. To be contender eligible in 2025, you and your team must perform a qualifying action in Stage Episode 9 Act 3 or at any point in 2025. The qualifying actions includes play a weekly or playoff match on a team in contender or invite division, reach Immortal 3 or higher peak rank in competitive, and play in a playoff match in Elite 5. Contender eligibility for 2025 expires at the end of the last stage in 2025. And the final one as well, bug fixes for Premiere fix an issue where you would see a competitive crest after playing a practice match on a brand new team despite not having earned any points. So that's really about it for Valorant Patch Notes 9.08. So now, guys, to like, comment, and subscribe. It would really help me, especially on this channel. Let me know what you think about the sunset changes. They're pretty interesting to say the least, but I'm not too sure if they're gonna work. So that's really about it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you guys next time in the next one. Goodbye.